How can skepticism delay your progress? I did another video on this recently, but I wanted to do another one. And this time I want to talk about skepticism versus curiosity. Employing curiosity is a way to open and expand your mind. And that is important because that is the only way when we are present and open to ideas and solutions for us to find a solution. So sometimes when we are skeptical on whether something will work for us or will work out, well, then what can happen is we can close off our mind, and that's going to keep us focused on the idea that it's not going to work or it's not going to work for me. And so natural to be skeptical, and of course we want to be smart. We don't want to spend time and energy trying things that are maybe not going to be the best thing for us. So be more aware on when skepticism could be holding you back and when you could instead employ curiosity. So for example, if it is a health challenge or concern and somebody recommends something for you that works for them, well, everybody's body is different, so that may not work for you. And if you have some health concerns or challenges, of course, you would want to consult your physician. But with other things that are potentially not so serious that could inflict harm health-wise, maybe you can expand your mind a little bit and employ curiosity instead of skepticism. So now how do you do that? You get curious about whether it will work rather than judging and saying, okay, I don't think that's going to work. Because a lot of times when I hear people say they don't think something is going to work, what that tells me, if I think about it just a little bit, is that they are looking for proof. They want proof that this remedy or whatever it is, this idea is going to work for them. But a lot of times we don't have proof. So we can go in search of proof, or we can take the recommendation from somebody who is more educated and or an expert in an area where we are not. So I'm going to give you kind of a light example. A friend of mine went to the dentist and I said, how are your teeth? And he said, it was fine, but my gums are not so good. And so I suggested coconut pulling. So if you haven't heard of that, you likely have, but you rub coconut oil on your gums. And I don't know because I haven't researched, because I took the advice, I have challenges with my gum health as well, of my dentist who suggested it. So I am such a big baby at the doctor's office, anything medical, even the dentist. I get very scared because of past challenges that I've had there. I'm way better than I used to be, but it can feel quite traumatic to me. So anyway, I have very sensitive gums. And so when I go to the dentist, it's very uncomfortable, very painful. However, it is way better, tremendously better than it used to be, my experience at the dentist and the pain that I experience, because I've been doing the coconut pulling. So a while back, my dentist recommended that I try coconut pulling. So you rub the coconut oil on your gums, you leave it there for like 4 or 5 minutes, and then you rinse it out. So I think what it is doing is pulling, they call it pulling. So I'm guessing it's pulling the impurities out of your gums. And then that would make logical sense to me that if you're pulling the impurities out of your gums, your body doesn't have to work as hard to get the impurities out. You're helping it, so then it can work to better replenish your cells. So our body's always replenishing and rebuilding cells. And so the more we can give our body what we need and less of what it doesn't want, the easier it can do its job. So to me, that makes logical sense. I'm very into nutrition and health and fitness, so I do listen to and read a lot about this subject. However, I have not yet, maybe I will, researched why coconut pulling works and if it does work. I took the advice of my dentist. It sounds like a simple remedy, and I'm also very big into natural remedies. I didn't mean to go on this whole gum health thing, but just real quick, to provide some additional backstory, I actually had gum grafting surgery years back, and it was a horrible experience, so painful and uncomfortable, but it's because my gums were receding really bad, and I was supposed to have it on the other side of my mouth, and it was like the worst experience I've ever had. I ended up getting really sick and probably malnourished because I couldn't eat or drink anything because I was in so much pain, and I was still doing hot yoga. Whoops. Anyway, I recovered, but if I can rub some coconut oil on my gums rather than have surgery, I'm gonna try that. So I did try it, and it is working, and I noticed that I'll have more gum sensitivity if I've gotten out of the habit, forgotten to do the coconut pulling for a week or something like that. So I recommended it to my friend, who said, that doesn't work. Okay, so you don't wanna try the coconut pulling because you need proof that it's going to work. You need some scientific study or something like that. Are you going to take time away from your job where you are your area of expertise and shift your focus and go in search of this research on if coconut pulling works? No, you're not going to do that. You're not. And so you could take time and do that, or you could say, well, sounds simple enough. It's coming from a dentist, somebody who should and likely knows. I'll go ahead and try it. And then in a week, your gums are getting better. You've made progress, and then you can see for yourself. Or you could choose skepticism. Well, it's not going to work, or it's probably not going to work. I need more information. This is going to cause a delay in your healing because, one, you're not going to go do the research, so then you're less likely to ever try it. Or you could choose curiosity. What if it does work? Let me try it. It's not that hard of a thing to rub some coconut oil on your gums. And mouth health is so important for life longevity as well. So do some coconut pulling. Instead of saying, that's not going to work, I don't think that will work, that won't work for me. What if you just shift your perspective and say, what if it does work? You will feel lightness, and that's going to open your mind. It's going to bring you present, and then you're going to be open and available for the solution to come in. All right, thanks so much for watching. If you liked the video and got some value from the content, I invite you to like and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the